Very good afternoon, everyone. This is your Civics second year class. Yesterday, we have discussed your 7th chapter, LAQs and SAQs, that is election system in India. Today, we will discuss VSAQs from the same chapter. Okay, the first question is, when is National Voters Day observed? When is National Voters Day observed? Okay, National Voters Day is observed on 25th January. Why on 25th January? Because it was on that day the Election Commission came into existence. That means it was established. Election Commission, it was established on January 25th, 1950. To mark the establishment of Election Commission, we celebrate National Voters Day. Okay, on 25th January, we celebrate National Voters Day to mark the establishment of Election Commission. Okay, it is a very simple question. It was asked in the previous paper. Okay, just remember the date, 25th January. Why 25th January? Because in the year 1950, on this day, Election Commission was established. Election Commission was established. So to mark this, we celebrate National Voters Day. Next is EVMs. EVMs, electronic voting machines. Now this manual ballot paper system was replaced with electronic voting machines. Now this electronic voting machines, they can record votes for as many as 64 contestants, okay, at a time, okay, in a one go. At a time, they can record the votes of 64 contestants. And this EVMs, they were introduced for the first time in 1999 in 45 Lok Sabha constituencies. Okay, in 1999, during your Lok Sabha elections, in 45 constituencies, these EVMs were used for the first time, and later they started using it for all the elections, for general elections, for by-elections, for the election of president, vice president, for all the elections, they started using this EVMs. Okay, it replaced the system of manual ballot paper. So remember these keywords. It replaced manual ballot papers. It can record the votes of 64 contestants at a time. It was introduced in the 1999 for the first time in 45 Lok Sabha constituencies. Okay, I hope these two questions are clear. The next is, what is Psephology? What is Psephology? Psephology is the study of voting behavior of the people. It is the study of voting behavior of the people. See, in every elections, people, they change their behavior. For example, in previous election, I voted for ABC party. And it came into power, but now I'm not happy with it. So in next elections, I may not vote for the same ABC party. My behavior is changing, right? So study of this behavior, changing in the behavior of the voters, okay, that is called as Psephology. That is called as Psephology. So what is Psephology? It is the study of voting behavior of the voters. It is the study of voting behavior. If in previous election I have voted for ABC, in next election I may not vote for ABC and I may vote for XYZ. Okay, so this study, so for studying this, they use past voting data. They use past voting data. They conduct public opinion polls. Okay, they collect the campaign finance information. That means which political party has spent how much money for the elections. And similar statistical data to study about the election trends. Okay, to study about the election trends. It also studies about poll surveys. Poll surveys are conducted to know the view of the people, to which party they want to come into power. Okay, so all this is studied in Psephology. So what is Psephology? Remember, it is the study of voting behavior of the voters. Please keep it in your mind that it is the study of voting behavior of the voters. I hope I am clear with it. Psephology, it is the study of voting behavior of the voters. Okay. The next is poll surveys. What are poll surveys? Now, during election, before elections, and after the elections, the media and the political parties, they do survey to know the behavior of the voters. Okay, so this poll survey, it is a part of Psephology. So these poll surveys are of 3 types. That is pre-poll. Pre-poll is before the elections. Okay, pre-poll is before the elections. They try to know, like, to which party people wants to come into power. People wants to vote for which party. That is determined or ascertained in pre-poll survey. The next is exit poll survey. What is exit poll? It is immediately after elections. It is immediately after election. They try to determine which party is going to come into power. Pre-poll is before election. Exit poll is immediately after election. The next is post-poll. Post-poll survey, it is after the results of the elections are declared. What are the reasons for a particular party winning and what are the reasons for a particular party losing? That is determined in post-poll surveys. See, pre-poll, it is before the elections. Exit poll, it is immediately after the elections, before the counting and the results are declared. We get exit poll. And post-poll, it is after the results are declared. They try to ascertain, they try to determine the reasons why a particular party lost or why a particular party won the elections. So these are 3 types. Surveys are of 3 types. Poll surveys, they are of 3 types. Pre-poll, exit poll and post-poll. Okay. It is a part of Psephology, study of voting behavior of the voters. I hope I am clear with this question. Next is epic. Okay, I told you this is another important question. What is this epic? EPIC. It is electoral photo identity card. Electoral photo identity card. It was introduced for the first time in 1993. Okay, that time our election commissioner, chief election commissioner was T.N. Session. Okay, T.N. Session, he was the chief election commissioner. He introduced this electoral photo identity cards. And these cards were issued to all the eligible voters. These photo identity cards were issued to all the eligible voters, and voters, they should bring this card with them at the time of voting, at the time of casting their vote. Okay, they should carry this voters identity card. So this, why this voters identity card was introduced? It was like a reform, a measure to prevent bogus voting, false voting. Okay, to prevent false voting, this voters identity card was issued to all the eligible citizens. And this system was introduced in 1993. Then the chief election commissioner was T.N. Session. Okay, it is very simple, a simple chapter, election system in India, and it has got a weightage of 19 marks. Okay. Let us move to another important chapter, and a simple chapter, that is center-state relations, relationship between the central and the state government, how the relations are determined. In this chapter, you will get 2 SAQs and 1 BSAQ. The weightage for this chapter is only 12 marks. The weightage is 12 marks. Okay, so but you have very less questions in this. So if you are learning this 5 questions, you will be able to answer 2 questions. Here, if you see, you have 3 relations: legislative relations between union and state, administrative relations between union and state, financial relations between union and state. So if you are learning these 3 questions, question number 1, 2, 3, you will get 1 question for sure. You are getting 2 questions from this chapter. So one is out of these 3 relations, and you have 2 commissions: Sarkaria Commission and Madan Mohan Kunshi Commission. Okay, out of this 2, you will get 1. So 10 marks. If you are learning 5 questions, 10 marks. 2 SAQs you will be able to answer in your exam. So I, insist my students to learn this chapter thoroughly so that they can score marks here. And the questions are very simple, very easy to understand. Okay. So let us see the questions now. See, three relations. 1 relation is compulsory. 2 commission. 1 commission is compulsory. Sometimes they may ask you 2 relations also. They may not ask you the commission. They may ask you the relations. So coming to the very short answers, you have got 8 questions here. Sorry, 9 questions. Out of this 9, you will get 1 question. But a few questions you can easily learn from your SAQs. It becomes easy for you to learn from your SAQs. Okay, so let us move to the very short answers now. Let us discuss the short answers. In this very short answer, Niti Aayog is compulsory. Okay, this Niti Aayog, it is a compulsory question. Okay, then you have this interstate council, this Sarkaria Commission. If you are learning commission, Sarkaria Commission, you will be able to answer. Then this legislative matters. If you are learning legislative relations, you will be able to answer. Union list, again, when you are learning legislative relations between union and state, you will be able to answer. If you are learning SAQs, most of the time, if you are learning LAQs and SAQs perfectly, then you will be able to answer your VSAQs. It's very few questions which you need to learn separately. So the first question which we'll discuss today is legislative. What is legislative? It is related to lawmaking. Legislative means something related to lawmaking. Okay, so here we will discuss the lawmaking relations between the central government and the state government. Okay, we will discuss the lawmaking relations between the central and the state government. So this legislative relations, they are divided into 3 lists. They are divided into 3 lists. The first one is union list. Okay, you have union list. Then second is state list, and third is concurrent list. Okay, it's very simple. Just remember, legislative relations, they are divided into 3 lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. With this word union, you can easily write the matters which are of national importance. The matters which are of national importance, only the union government, union legislature. What is union legislature? That is our parliament. On the subjects or the matters which are of national importance, the parliament has the power to make the laws. Okay, the subjects which are of national importance, they are in the union list, and parliament has the power to make laws on those subjects. So there are some 99 subjects in the union list. There are some 99 items we say, or subjects we say, or matters also we can say in the union list, like defense. Okay, any law related to defense, it is made by the parliament. Railways, okay, banking, insurance, external affairs or foreign affairs, on all these matters, the laws are made by the parliament. When we are saying union list, the parliament has the power to make the laws. So there are 99 items, and the laws which are made by the parliament, the laws which are made by the parliament, they are applicable throughout the country. So every person has to follow that law. They are applicable throughout the country. So there are 99 subjects or items in the union list. They are of national importance. Example I have given here: defense, railways, banking, insurance, external affairs, etc. And the laws which are made by the parliament, they are applicable throughout the country. So union list is very simple. Union, when we are saying, it is something related to central government, union government. So who makes the laws for the union government? The laws are made in the parliament. So what laws does the parliament make? It will make the laws pertaining to defense, railways, banking. Like this, there are 99 different subjects or matters on which parliament will make the laws. And the laws which are made by the parliament are applicable throughout the country. The second list is state list. From the word itself, you can determine. See, union list, you understood. It is the power of the union government. The power of the union government to make the laws. Now, coming to the state list, in the state list, you will have all the items or subjects, or you can say matters, related to regional importance, that particular state, that particular region. Okay, so all the subjects which are of regional importance, they are included in the state list. They are included in the state list, and there are 61 subjects in the state list. Then who will make the laws? The state legislature. The state legislature will make the laws for the subjects in the state list. Okay, union list, parliament will make the laws. State list, state legislature will make the laws. In a state list, I told you there are 61 subjects like police, health, agriculture, etc. Police, agriculture, health, etc. On all these matters. Okay, the state government, that is state legislature, will make the laws, and those laws are applicable only in that particular state. For example, the laws made by the Telangana state legislature will be applicable only in Telangana state. The laws made by the Maharashtra legislature will be applicable in Maharashtra. So they are applicable only in that particular state. Now, what about then in case of emergency, that is constitutional emergency in the state? In case if there is constitutional emergency in the state, then the union government has the power to make laws on the subjects of state list. Okay, when there is constitutional emergency, when state government is not functioning, there is president's rule in the state. That time, in such situation, the powers of the state legislature are transferred to the parliament, and parliament will make the laws for the items in state list for that particular state. I hope I am clear with this. Now, third is concurrent list. Third is concurrent list. Now, both union and state government can make laws on the subjects included in this list. In the concurrent list, both union government and state government will make the laws. There are 52 items or subjects in the concurrent list, like education, marriage, divorce, etc. There are 52 subjects. Okay. In case both union and state, they are making law on the same subject at a time. Central government is also for example, we'll take education. If central government is making any law, and at the same time, state government is also making a law for this education, then the law made by the union, the central government, will be applicable or prevails over the state law. The law made by the central government, it is applicable. In case of concurrent list, okay, both central government and state government has power to make the laws. Okay. If both are making laws at the same time, then the laws made by the union government prevails over the laws made by the state government. I hope I'm clear with this. Three lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. I repeat, union list, central government, that is parliament, will make the laws. There are 99 subjects of national importance, and the laws made by the parliament are applicable throughout the country. State list, state legislature will make the laws on the subjects included in the state list. There are 61 subjects, okay, and these laws are applicable only in that particular state. Concurrent list, both union and state government will make the laws. In case if there is, both are making laws at the same time on same subject. Union government is making law on education, state government is making law on education at the same time. Then the laws which are made by the union government are followed. Then comes your fourth point, that is residuary powers. Next is residuary powers. So what do you mean by residuary powers? The word residuary, it has come from the word residue. Residue means leftover. Residue means leftover. Okay. Residuary, the word, it has come from word residue, which is leftover. So now, there are certain subjects or items which are not included in the state list. They are not included in the union list or in the concurrent list. Okay, they are not included in any of the above three lists. So those items are called as residuary items. Okay, so who will make the laws on those items? It is Parliament, the union legislature. Okay, the union legislature will make the laws. So here we can take example of software and hardware. Okay, the laws for software and hardware, okay, your cyber laws, all these laws are made by the Parliament. Okay, so this is residuary. Why we are calling it residuary powers? Because these subjects or items are not included in any of the above three lists, that is union list, state list, and concurrent list. For that reason, we are calling it as residuary powers. Okay, so I hope this legislative relations are clear to all of you. Legislative relations, it means it is something related to lawmaking. So here we will say, we will discuss which government will make which law. So for that, we have divided it into three lists. Okay, now let us move to the second question, another important question, that is administrative relations. Okay. Administrative relations. See, our constitution has clearly, divided the powers between central and the state government. Both central government and state government, they work independently in the administrative matters. State government cannot interfere in the functioning of the central government or administrative matters of the central government. State government, it cannot interfere in the administrative matters of the central government, but under special conditions, central government can interfere in the administrative matters of the state. Like in case of emergency, in case of constitutional emergency or president's rule in a state, all the governing functions are transferred to the central government. State government will not function. Okay, so in any situation, state government cannot interfere in the administrative matters of the central government, but under special conditions, under few conditions, central government can interfere in the administrative matters of the state. So let us see what are those conditions, okay, in which central government can interfere in the matters of state government. First one is appointment, transfer and removal of the governors of the state. Governor of the state, he is the constitutional head of the state, but he is not elected. He is not elected. He is appointed. Who appoints him? President appoints him. The governor of a state is appointed by the president. Okay, governor, he is a part of state, but he is appointed by the president, who is the head of the state, nominal head or constitutional head of the state. He is appointing the governor. Then, transfer of the governors. The decision of transferring the governors is taken by the president, and the removal also. So here, the president, being the part of union government, he is appointing, transferring or removing the executive of the state government. So central government, it is interfering in the matters of state government. Next, president can veto. Now, what is this word veto? Veto means to reject. Veto means to reject. What happens if a bill is passed by the state legislature? A bill is passed by the state legislature, it will go to the governor. So governor, either he should accept it or reject it. But what governor is doing? He is, sending that bill to the president. He is referring that bill to the president. The bill is related to the administrative matters of the state. The governor has the power to either reject or approve it. But governor, what he is doing? He is referring that bill to the president. Okay, and president has got power to reject that bill. Okay, so president, he is from the central government, but he is involved. He is getting involved in the legislative matters of the state government. Only when the governor refers the bill to the president, not all the bills. Okay, the bill which is referred to the president by the governor. So president can reject. He has the power to reject those bills. They are passed from the legislature, but governor has referred those bills to the president. In such condition, the president can reject the bills. Next is president can impose president's rule or constitutional emergency in a state. The president has power to impose constitutional emergency in a state when he receives a report from the governor. When a governor gives him a report that the state government is unable to function according to the constitution, there is constitutional breakdown in a state. In such situation, the president can impose constitutional emergency or president's rule. This constitutional emergency is also called as president's rule. Okay. On the report of the governor, the president can declare president's rule in this state. So when constitutional emergency is declared in any state, all the legislative and executive powers of the state are transferred to union government. The state government does not function. The powers are transferred to the union government. I hope I'm clear with the third point. Next, when there is national emergency, okay, when a federation transforms into unitary, okay, during national emergency, state government's powers are transferred to the union governments. Like in India, we have federal form of government where we have two governments, central government and state government. But at the time of national emergency, okay, the powers of state government are transferred to the union government. So our country, it becomes unitary. We adapt unitary system of government. So during, unitary system of governing, the powers of federation are transferred to the central government at the time of emergencies. Okay, if there is any external attack or war, okay, the president can declare national emergency. Okay, the president has the power to declare national emergency. So when national emergency is declared, the federation will transform into unitary. The federation will transform into unitary, and the powers of the state governments are transferred to the central government. Okay. The next is the union has the power to give directions to the state to construct communication and transport facilities for the maintenance of the military. So see, defense, it is the responsibility of central government. So to protect the states, in every state you will have military. Okay, now this military, to provide facilities to this military, it is the responsibility of state. To provide communication and transport facility to the military in a state, it is the responsibility of the state government. Okay, so here the union government will direct the state government to provide transport and communication facility for the maintenance of the military. Then the president may entrust some of the executive functions of the union government to the state government. Okay, if president wants, he can give some of the executive powers of the central government to the union government. So these are the administrative powers. Let us discuss some more. It is the responsibility of the state governments to protect the property of the union government in the state. Okay, so whatever union government departments functioning in the state, the protection to those government departments or property of union government is given to the state government. It is the responsibility of the state government to provide protection to the property of the union government. Then president is empowered to establish interstate council. So what is this interstate council? See, interstate council is established to resolve the disagreements or disputes or conflicts among the states. Okay, so the president, he can establish this interstate council. Okay, then Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the parliament. It is empowered to create or abolish all India services. Okay, all India services, like we have IAS, IPS and IFS. These are the all India services. Rajya Sabha, if it wants, it can abolish any of the services or it can create new all India services. So it is the power of Rajya Sabha. Now, it is the duty of the central government to protect every state against the external aggression or foreign attack. The security of the country is in the hands of central government. It is the responsibility of the central government to protect every state from the foreign attack or external aggression. So these were the administrative relations between the center and the state. We have discussed legislative relations, which is pertaining to lawmaking, Then we have discussed administrative relations. Now let us move on to the next one, that is financial relations between union and the states. Financial relations between union and the states. So how these financial relations are determined? So the Constitution has clearly provided the ways to impose and collect the taxes, okay, between union and states. The financial matters will, lead to disputes. So the Constitution has clearly divided the financial powers of central and the state government. Which government will impose tax, which government will collect the tax, how they are using the tax money. That is determined in the financial relations. So first one is taxes levied by the center. Center means union government. So what are the taxes which are levied? Levied means imposed. If you are unable to remember the word or learn the word, you can easily write imposed. Taxes imposed by the central government. So there are few taxes which are exclusively imposed by the central government, like your customs and excise duty, income tax. Okay, these are imposed by the central government. Central government has exclusive power to impose these taxes. Okay, the next is taxes levied and used by the state. So the second one is, here the taxes are imposed by the state government and the tax money is used by the state government. Okay, here state government, it is not only imposing the tax, but it is also using the tax money. Okay, like taxes on your vehicle tax, estate duty. Okay, when you buy property, when you get your property registered, you have to pay some tax. So that is imposed by the state government and it is used by the state government only. The first one is taxes imposed by the central government. Okay, only central government can impose those taxes like your customs duty and income tax. Here, the second one is the taxes are imposed by the state government and used by the state government, like your vehicle tax, your estate duty. All these are imposed and used by the state government. I hope I'm clear with these 2 points. The next is taxes levied by the union but collected by the states. Collected and used by the states. This tax is imposed. The tax is imposed by the union government, central government. But who is collecting the tax? State government is collecting the tax. Who is using the tax? State government is using the tax. Okay, the tax is imposed by the central government, but it is collected and used by the state government. Okay, that is example, stamp duties, promissory notes. Okay, for all this, it is imposed by the central government, collected and used by the state government. The next one is taxes levied and collected by the union, but given to the state. Here, what is happening? This tax is collected by the union government and they are giving the tax money to the state government. Taxes are imposed and collected by the union government. Then they'll give that money to the state government. For example, we have railway fares on goods, railway fares on goods and terminal taxes. Okay, terminal taxes. At toll gates, we pay tax, right? Toll tax. So that is collected by the union government, but it is given to the state government. It is imposed by the union government, collected by the union government, and it is returned to the state government. The collected money is given to the state government. Like when you transfer goods by railway, you have to pay some fares. So that is collected by the central government. Railway it comes under central government. Okay. So when you are transferring goods from railways, you pay some taxes. That tax money is collected by the central government. Then it is given to the state government. Okay. I hope I am clear with this. Next is taxes levied and collected by the union, but distributed between union and the state. Here what is happening? The taxes are imposed by the union government. They're collected by the union government. After collecting the tax, they are distributing the tax money between the union government and the state government. Okay, like tax on income other than agriculture. If you are paying tax on agricultural land, that is to the state government. When you are paying income tax on other than agriculture, then you are paying it to the union government, and union government will distribute it between the states. Then preparation, medicinal preparation. Okay, taxes on the medicinal preparation. Okay, the next is union grants in aids to states. Grants in aid. Grants in aid means aid is helping, granting funds, money to the state government to overcome the extra expenditure. Okay, union government will grant some funds to the state government to overcome the excessive or extra expenditure. That is called as union grants in aid. Aid is to help the state government. Aid means to help the state government. Union government will grant some funds to meet the extra expenditure. Next is union power to borrow loans. Only union government has power to borrow loans from the international organizations like World Bank and other countries. Okay, state governments cannot borrow loan from other countries. Central government can borrow loans from other countries and international organizations like World Bank. Okay. Now, during financial emergency, if at all there is financial emergency, the financial powers of the state government are transferred to the union government. If there is financial emergency, if there is a threat to the credibility of the country, okay, then the President of India can declare financial emergency. And in case of financial emergency, the financial powers of the state government are transferred to the central government or union government. So these are three relations: legislative relations, financial relations, and administrative relations between union and state. You will get one question for sure. You will get one question for sure from these, three relations. And they are very easy. You need to understand. Now let us move to the next question, that is Sarkariya Commission. Okay, Sarkariya Commission. Now the central government appointed a high-level commission to study the union-state relations. And this commission was headed by Justice Ranjit Singh Sarkariya, R.S. Sarkariya. We say R.S. Sarkariya. Okay. In 1983, to suggest measures to strengthen this union-state relations, Sarkariya Commission was set up by the central government in 1983. Now, this commission, it submitted its report in 1987. The commission submitted its report in 1987 with 247 recommendations. Okay, the commission suggested 247 recommendations, out of which only 180 recommendations were implemented. Okay, only 180 recommendations were implemented out of 247 recommendations. And these 180 recommendations were implemented in the year 1997. The commission was set up in 83. The commission was set up in 1983. It submitted its report in 1987 with 247 recommendations. Out of this 247, 180 recommendations were implemented, that too in 1997, 10 years after the submission of the report. Okay. So let us see some of the recommendations. We can't learn all 180 or 247 recommendations. We will learn few recommendations. Okay. The first one is strong center. What happened? The Sarkaria Commission, it consulted with other state governments, and many, like most of the state governments, they felt that the powers of the central government should be reduced and state government should get more powers. But the commission, it suggested that center should be strong. The center should be strong. If central government is strong, then it can protect the unity of the state. So it favored, the commission, it favored the retention of strong center. Central government should be more powerful than the state government. Then it suggested cooperative federalism. It suggested cooperative federalism. It said that there should be cooperation between the center and state in the matters of making and implementing new policies, programs, or plans for the welfare of the country. Okay. So the Sarkaria Commission, it suggested cooperative federalism. What do you mean by cooperative federalism? The state governments should cooperate, okay, with each other and with the central government for the successful implementation of the policies and programs. The next is appointment of governor. Appointment of governor. The commission suggested a governor should be a non-political person. That means he should not belong to any political party. And it also suggested that he should be a non-controversial person. That means there should not be any scam, or he should not get involved. His name should not be in any controversy. Okay. What are the 3 points we have discussed just now? The commission suggested strong center. It suggested cooperative federalism. That means there should be greater cooperation between the center and the states for the implementation of policies and programs. Then appointment of the governor. It said that the governor, he should be a non-political person. Non-political person means he should not belong to any political party, and he should be a non-controversial person. Means he should not involved in any controversy. Only such person can be appointed as the governor. A non-political and non-controversial person shall be appointed as a governor. So these are 3 recommendations. We will discuss few more. Then appointment of chief minister. The commission suggested that the party which secures majority in the legislative assembly, the leader of that party should be appointed as the chief minister of the state. Okay. The leader of the majority party in the assembly should be appointed as the chief minister. Then coming to the president's rule, that is constitutional emergency. The commission suggested that president's rule should be imposed only in the rare occasions. Okay, not for every small issue, small problem, president's rule should not be imposed in the state. It should be imposed only in the rare occasions when the situation is really out of control and there is, constitutional breakdown in the state. Under such conditions only, president's rule should be imposed, not for all, small petty issues. Then the commission, suggested 3-language formula. It suggested that 3-language formula should be implemented throughout the country. So if you see, you have, In every state, they have their own regional language. Then we have English and a national language, Hindi, used in all the government matters. So there is 3-language formula which has to be implemented throughout the country. Then there was a proposal of abolishing all India services. The commission, it rejected that demand, and they said we should continue with the all India services. We should retain the all India services. The next is autonomy of mass media. That means the media should not be under the control of the government. The commission favored that there must be relaxation over the control on media, that is radio and TV. And it also suggested that the programs, the national programs, should be telecast in regional languages also, for preserving the culture of our country. Okay. I hope I'm clear with this question. Sarkariya Commission. Now, this is a simple question. If you are thorough with Sarkariya Commission, you can easily learn this one. That is M.M. Punshi Commission. That is Madan Mohan Punshi Commission. Now, this commission was set up in 2007. It was set up in 2007 and it was headed by Justice Madan Mohan Punshi. So, that is why we call it as M.M. Punshi Commission. So, what are the recommendations of Punshi Commission? The first is appointment of governor. Same as in Sarkariya Commission, they said that governor should not be an active politician and his tenure should be fixed for 5 years. Okay, the tenure of governor should be fixed as 5 years. Then the commission also said that president's rule should be imposed to curb the misuse of provisions related to the president's rule by the center. Every now and then we cannot impose president's rule. Okay, so the commission recommended that it should be, imposed only in the interest of the states. Only in the interest of the states. Next is appointment of chief minister. Same point. The leader of majority party in the assembly should be appointed as the chief minister, and cooperative federalism. The central and the state governments should cooperate with each other for the welfare of the people, for the development of the nation. So, same 4 points you have studied in Sarkariya Commission also. Okay. So, we have discussed SAQs, all 5 SAQs today. I hope I am clear. Please learn this 5 SAQs thoroughly. You will be able to answer 2 questions out of this 5. You will get 2 questions for sure. One from the relations, one from the commission, or you can get 2 relations. Okay. So I'll end my class here. See you tomorrow.